Good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I am excited that we are going to talk about 5 important questions that you need to ask your real estate agent if you are getting a divorce and you have property. But before we jump into that, let me introduce myself. My name is Taylor. I am a licensed real estate agent in Denver, Colorado. I have served the real estate community here for just over 10 years, and I am a certified divorce real estate expert. If this is your first time coming to the channel, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. If this is your second, third, fifth time to the channel, welcome back. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so that you get a notification every single time I post a new video with new content so that you guys stay updated on the real estate market. And if you're going through a divorce, some very important tips that you may need to think about moving forward. All right, let's dive right in. If you're thinking about getting a divorce or you're going through a divorce, there are a lot of things that are going through your head. What important dates do I need to consider? What will my child custody agreement look like? Am I going to receive or be paying child support or alimony? Will I be able to keep my house, or do I need to sell or refinance my house? And fun fact for you guys, 70% of divorces actually involve property. So what I want to do today is I want to cover 5 questions you should ask your real estate agent before you go on the market to sell your house to make sure that you are making the best decision when working with a professional. A lot of times, you guys, I see people hire a real estate agent and they don't realize that the agent comes in and says, I have your best interest at heart. I know what I'm doing. I work in divorce cases all of the time. But before you know it, they get in over their head because not every divorce is the same and not every divorce listing is as smooth as we wish that they could possibly be. So, first question I would ask a real estate agent if you are interviewing them to list your property: how will you manage conflict? A lot of times in divorce, things are really hot and heavy, people are not getting along, and we have to really diffuse our sellers, whether that's receiving an offer or going over the inspection objections. What if your property needs new flooring and the 2 sellers are arguing over who is going to be liable to pay for that repair? If you're working with a trained realtor that actually does have divorce training, I promise you they will be able to handle conflict, and they should be able to give you guys examples and talk about their process on how they will navigate you through this conflict. Question number 2, how often will you talk to my attorney? This can get pretty sticky because some agents may want to talk with your attorney throughout the entire process. And throughout that process, they are billing your attorney hundreds of hours, which then falls back on you. So ask them about their process and what it looks like when they communicate with your attorney. What types of emails will they be sending? At what points will they need to reach out at all? Will they reach out at all? Will the attorney even know your realtor's name? Ask them about their process. Third question that you need to ask your real estate agent: what type of training do you have in the divorce industry? This isn't just, I know that you can stick a sign in my yard and put my house on the MLS. When it comes to divorce, agents need to have specific training. They need to have a big skill set when it comes to divorce because there's so much that goes into these cases. And oftentimes I see realtors out in the market that take on these divorce listings, and before you know it, not only are the clients divorcing one another, but they end up divorcing their real estate agent because the agent has no idea what they're doing. They're up and over their heads, and again, billing the attorneys hundreds of hours because they don't know the proper steps that they need to take next. One example I can say with the training is, what if there is a divorced couple and a restraining order ends up getting filed and one partner is living in the property? Let's just, for example, say Susan. Susan is living in the property and John has a restraining order. So she has a restraining order on John. So John is not allowed in the property. He is not allowed to come into the home while Susan is there. And he needs to have a court order or be escorted if he needs to get things out of the property. Okay. What if your agent ends up having an open house and John attends the open house and he comes into the house and he decides that he is going to take some of his belongings? Maybe they are his, maybe they are not. The realtor doesn't know. But John walks into the property and he starts removing things. Does your agent have the skill set to really diffuse that situation? Does your realtor know what steps to take next if that happens? A lot of people, oh, that's not me. That's not going to happen to us. We're amicable. We get along. Divorce is much different than criminal law. When you're in criminal law, you see bad people oftentimes on their best behavior. And in a divorce case, it's unfortunate, but you see good people on their worst behavior. You don't know what to expect, and you need to make sure that your agent knows exactly how to handle that with you. Question number 4, how will you stay neutral? This is a very hard question. What happens if you are selling your property and your real estate agent is helping both divorce parties purchase new properties after the divorce sale? How do you know that your agent is staying neutral? How do you know what questions to ask them to make sure that they do have your best interest at heart? How do you know that your agent is not going to spill some of your private information and tell the other spouse something that you were not really wanting them to know? As far as staying neutral goes as well, how do you know which emails go to which spouse? How do you know that both people are being copied with the same information? How do you know that the agent is being fair to both sellers and isn't just telling one seller they should pay for something because they want to help the other partner save money? These are all really good questions that you need to ask your real estate agent during your interview process to make sure they remain neutral in your case. And question number 5, I love this question. I would ask your real estate agent, if they say they're an expert in divorce or they do a lot of divorce, ask them why. What keeps you in the divorce market? Divorce real estate is very intense, very high conflict, and it takes a lot of work. So a lot of agents have gotten into the divorce niche because they just want a quick paycheck. They think that because divorce is becoming higher and higher, that it's an easy way for them to stay in the job market to make sure that they're always going to be needed and they always have a job. But really ask them why they do what they do. The reason I think these questions are important for you to ask a real estate agent during the interview process is because I have very, very intricate training with the Alumni Institute out of California, trained by divorce professionals, trained by family law attorneys, and we are an accredited school. We have 250 agents with our team, and less than 10% of applicants actually get approved to be a part of Alumni. The reason that this is so big, you guys, is because you're working with a professional who really does have your best interest at heart, and they're not just saying so. I would love to discuss my process with you. If you do have questions, I would love for you to reach out, give me a phone call, comment below, and let's discuss what you need as far as your real estate needs go, or if you just need help with some of the divorce process. Again, I'm not a divorce attorney, but I am a real estate divorce expert, and I am here to chat with you to make sure that you are seamlessly on your way into the next chapter of your life. Okay, guys, thanks so much for tuning in today. My phone number is on the screen. I can't wait to hear from you. If you have any questions, let me know, and we'll see you next time, okay? Take care.